Hello and welcome, it's Terry here for Tailored Expressions. Today's video, I am sharing a card that I created using the Just Write Cardmaking Kit. Let's get started. Before we begin, I would like to go over the Just Write Cardmaking Kit along with some extra supplies that I will use for this project. Here is all the content of this kit. The envelope sealers are super cute, but these are additional add-ons. There is a layering stencil with coordinating stamps, the insiders, coordinating dies for the layering stencil, as well as for the ink expression stamp set. And I absolutely love this cork background stamp. Additional products include gathered greenery background stamp, frayed edge stacklets, frame and frame 3 dies, fun foil, blending brushes, inks in the colors pink champagne, toffee, oat milk, and VersaFine ink, an anti-static powder tool, gold embossing powder, liquid adhesive, and foam squares. Okay, here's a look at the 3 layers. The first layer I will use pink champagne, the second layer I will use oat milk, and the third layer I will go in with toffee ink. Before I start, I want to use a low-tack tape to stick my card panel down to my work surface. I am using buttercream frosting cardstock that I trimmed down to 6 by 6 inches. I placed the first layering stencil and used my strong magnets to help hold it all in place. Then going in with pink champagne and my pink blending brush, I am inking all over the open areas of the stencil. I did the same thing with my second layering stencil, but this time using my gray blending brush and oat milk ink pad. The third layer, of course, is using toffee ink. Okay, now it's time to add the little details to the images using the coordinating stamps. I decided to heat emboss using a gold embossing powder to help create extra interest to the keypads. I first started with my anti-static powder tool, then inked up the stamp using a clear embossing ink. I like using Versamark ink. I then poured gold embossing powder over the inked area and heat set that using my heat tool. Off screen, I used the coordinating dies to die cut all the pieces, and look how adorable it all turned out. It's so fun. I love that the typewriter has a slit where the paper would sit. Now to create the main sentiment for the card. I know that the kit comes with a sentiment stamp set, but I thought that it was a great idea to use the insider sheet. So I decided to use one of the stacklets from Frayed Edge Stacklet to cut the insider panel. This is the perfect size to slip through the slit of the typewriter. Now to create the background panel. First, I trimmed down a piece of oat milk cardstock to an A2 size panel. I then inked up cork background stamp using toffee ink and pressed that onto the card panel. I did have to ink it a few times to get an even impression. Then using my frame and frame 3 dies, I ran that panel through my die cutting machine. I know this is cork, but I thought it was perfect to use to mimic a granite countertop. I like stretching out my supplies to get the most of what I have in my stash, and I think this stamp set is a good basic to have. Okay, and moving on to the second element to our background. I trimmed down sugar cube cardstock to an A2 size panel. Then inking up gathered greenery with oat milk ink, I stamped that onto the card panel. My whole idea was to use this to create the look of wallpaper against my granite countertop. Since I used the frame and frame die to cut the cork panel, the inner part of the panel was not going to fit perfectly with the gathered greenery panel. I had to rotate it horizontally and will use my paper trimmer to trim off the excess. Before I add on the typewriter to this panel, I want to foil the insider sheet. I added it to my shim with fun foil in the color holographic gold glitter and ran that through my ink machine. I shimmied the panel into the slit of the typewriter and taped it on the back to secure it in place. Then I popped it up using foam tape to give the overall design some dimension. I also glued down 2 of the adorable push pins on the bottom right hand side. I adhered it to a top folding card base, and that's it. I hope you were able to enjoy my process in this video and get some time to play around in your craft space. Please don't forget to like this video and follow the channel to get notified of all future videos. Okay, until next time, I hope you have a wonderfully blessed day. Bye-bye.